When it's the third Saturday in October, that means it's time for Tennessee versus Alabama. Nick Saban's Crimson Tide check in as 9.5-point home favorites for this year's installment. Total set at 48. Kickoff 3:30 Eastern in Tuscaloosa. In just a couple minutes, I'll be offering up a free play on this top 25 matchup. But first, let's start with a little history lesson, shall we? Last year, Tennessee snapped a 15-year losing streak to Alabama with a 52-49 upset win as 9-point home underdogs. It was a rare underdog win for the Volunteers, who were just 3-6 straight up and against the spread in the dog roll the last 3 seasons. It was also one of 6 wins the Vols had over ranked opponents in 2022. But this year's team doesn't have Hendon Hooker playing quarterback and definitely won't be scoring 52 points on this Crimson Tide defense. I say that because the Tide are currently ranked 6th in yards per play allowed and 10th in yards per game allowed. I do not like this matchup at all for Tennessee quarterback Joe Milton, who is 85th nationally in EPA per dropback. Needless to say, there has been a massive drop-off in production at the quarterback position this season in Knoxville. So do we lay the 9.5 points with Alabama here at a revenge spot? Not so fast. While the Crimson Tide may be the only team in the SEC West without a conference loss, the last 2 weeks have seen them win by just 6 and 3 points. That was at home against Arkansas last week. They were up 24-6, but they let the Razorbacks get within 3 after 2 KJ Jefferson touchdowns. This number may be a touch inflated against Tennessee due to the revenge angle. Of course, while they only beat Arkansas by 3, Bama, they beat Texas A&M by 6. So those were the back-to-back close wins. And going back to that Arkansas game last week, the Crimson Tide offense managed only a field goal in the second half, and they were scoreless over the final 21 minutes. They were, though, able to possess the ball for the final 5 minutes and 19 seconds, thus running the clock out. That followed 3 straight possessions, though, where they were 3 and out. Protecting quarterback Jalen Milroe has been a major issue for the Alabama offense this season. He's been sacked at least 4 times in each of the last 5 games. That ties the longest such streak for an FBS quarterback over the last 20 seasons per ESPN. But again, Tennessee, they have their own issues offensively. While they came out ahead 20-13 against Texas A&M last weekend, the difference in that game was a punt return for a touchdown. The Volunteers offense managed just 1 TD the entire game, and that came in the first quarter. One of their 2 fourth-quarter field goals came on a drive that began inside the A&M 10-yard line. And while they may be 5-1 straight up on the year, the Vols have played just 1 true road game, and they lost it, scoring only 16 points at Florida. I realize last year's meeting saw 101 total points, and 8 of the last 11 Alabama-Tennessee matchups have gone over the total. Those 11 games have averaged 61.7 points. But in handicapping this top 25 matchup, I just don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored, specifically from the Tennessee side. I would look to play Tennessee under its team total when that number becomes available. I don't see the Vols scoring 20 points Saturday in Tuscaloosa. Keep in mind, they have lost 9 straight times at Alabama by an average of nearly 21 points per game. What do you think about this Alabama-Tennessee matchup on Saturday? Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. While you're at it, feel free to go ahead and smash that like button and or subscribe to the Wager Talk YouTube channel, where we have a ton of great sports betting content each and every single day. As a reminder, I am #1 at wagertalk.com with all 5% releases going back to last bowl season. That includes a perfect 5-0 record over the last month, 3 of those wins coming in college football. One of them just so happened to be Florida outright over Tennessee. For a limited time, you can get 7 days of my picks, all sports, just $69. Just use the coupon code 7PASS at checkout. That's the number 7, PASS. Of course, WT.buzz/BP is the place to go. Now, if you're looking for more game previews, trends, and breakdowns, be sure to check out this next video.